The Toronto Raptors put an absolute beatdown on the Golden State Warriors, 145, 127. They sweep the series against the Warriors this year. And, this game was going to be interesting going into this one because I wasn't really sure which way it was going to go. But after you heard that horrible news with Jimmy Butler last night about him tearing his ACL and he wouldn't be playing in this game, you kind of thought this might go in the Raptors' favor. And that's exactly what happened against the Warriors here tonight. It is after 12 a.m., 12:37 a.m. Precisely. I'm messing up words. I'm so damn tired. But the Raptors come out swinging in this one. We got a bunch of things that we got to talk about in this game. First of all, Immanuel Quickley. Now, for those of you who don't know, and you're only hearing this for the first time, he dropped 40 tonight. Yes, you heard me clearly. Immanuel Quickley dropped 40. So, we got to drop one for him right off the bat. And we'll get into Immanuel Quickley over the next few minutes. But I want to start here first. No Colin Murray Boyles in this game. He's out with a thumb injury. Barrett still out with the ankle injury. Pirtle, back injury. Jacoby Walters still out with the hip injury. Now, with that being said, the Raptors are starting their 18th starting lineup of the season. Barnes, Shed, Quickley, Grady, and Ingram. Barnes, Shed, Quickley, Grady, and Ingram. And the Raptors get out the gates running. Okay, it's a 10-0 run to start the game. And already within that 10-0 run, Quickley drills 2 threes. Okay, now this is the 15th game that the Raptors haven't had 4 or more of their starters. I'll repeat that. 15th game, they haven't had 4 or more of their starters in the lineup. Now, Shed, and we've talked about this time after time after time again. He already comes out early, gets an offensive foul, fighting over the screen, and that's with 8:30 remaining in that second quarter. And Shed is second in the league with offensive fouls drawn coming into this game with 40. And the Raptors with 7 minutes left, it's 23-10, 9 of 11 from the field. They're shooting 81%. They came out lights out. They were making from everywhere, and they were pushing the ball, right? Raptors 13-0 with fast break points with 3:20 remaining in that first quarter. It was a 32-18 advantage for the Raptors. Scottie Barnes comes out. He's 6 of 6 from the field with 12 points, and Scottie was attacking the paint. And that's exactly what I wanted to see early in this game because there was actually no resistance for the Raptors at the rim for the Golden State Warriors. And so I want to see Scottie Barnes be aggressive. He's good at finishing with both hands. He's big. He's strong. He's agile. There's no real good matchup for the Warriors in regards to Scottie Barnes. So he can strictly just go to work on these guys. Overall in this game, 39 minutes, 26 points, 12 of 18 from the field, 7 rebounds, 11 assists. He had 4 turnovers in the game, but overall, Scottie Barnes did a pretty damn good job. And I'm going to talk about a little bit more about Scottie Barnes, something I'm concerned about, not too concerned about, but something that I was concerned about later on in the game. And we'll discuss that in just a little bit. But overall, good performance for Scottie Barnes. So you know what we got to do? We got to drop one. We got to drop one. Scottie, at the end of the quarter, Raptors were up 41-28, 13-point lead. Scottie had 12 points, Quickley 11 points. And the Raptors were 16 of 22 from the field and 13 assists on 16 made field goals. We enter the second. The Raptors look pretty damn good defensively to start off this game. All right. The good defensive rotations. It looks like there's communication out there. They're closing out on shots, and they have a slight advantage on the rebounding edge. Okay. 18-16 with 8:53 remaining in that second quarter. And from a rebounding perspective overall in this game, now both teams have kind of gone small here, right? +3 advantage for the Raptors, 38-35. And listen to this, and this is a key point here as well, which is really good to see. The Raptors went to the free throw line 22 times in this game. They went to the free throw line 22 times in this game. they shot 100% from the free throw line. They shot 22 of 22 from the free throw line. That is something you don't usually see from the Toronto Raptors. So that is a very good sign in this game. And you know what we've been talking about when the Raptors have been losing some of these games, and we talked about what their field goals are like in comparison to the opposition, as well as 3-point shots. Well, the Raptors actually had 5 less field goal attempts in this game compared to Golden State. They shot 51 of 86 from the field, and Golden State shot 47 of 91 from the field. They have 5 more field goal attempts than the Raptors, but the Raptors shot 59%. They also shot 21 of 34 from 3-point range, 62% from 3-point range. It's a big, big difference. They made 3 times the amount of 3-point shots that they made when they went up against the Lakers. It's a big deal. Okay. And speaking of 3-point shots, the Raptors were now 7 of 12 from 3-point range with 8 minutes remaining in that second quarter, which tied as many threes as they had against the Lakers on Sunday with 8 minutes remaining in that second quarter. After that, there's a 13-2 run for the Raptors, and Mamu hits back-to-back threes. They go up 54-31, and the Raptors bench at that point with 6:46 remaining in that second quarter. The bench is on a 12-0 run, not a 12-0 run, but it's a 12-0 in regards to bench points in that second quarter. Now, Quickley was just absolutely unconscious. We're talking about 4 of 4 from 3-point range with 16 points remaining in that second quarter with 3:15 remaining. And now he has 18 points at the half, 70-50. Raptors have a 20-point lead. Barnes has 14 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists at the half. And the Raptors have 22 assists on 26 made field goals. And it's 15-0 fast break point advantage. We've talked about the fast break at nauseum. At nauseum. Okay? Listen to this. Overall in this game in regards to fast break points, Raptors 21, Golden State 5. 5. Okay? 5, damn it. The Raptors, like I mentioned, they got horses. They got to get out there and push the damn basketball. They have to. It's a great advantage that they have. The leading in fast break points. That's a big deal. You have to use that to your advantage. If you have guys who can run the lanes and you're pushing the basketball and they can finish at the rim in transition, that is something that you have to continuously do if it's working for you. So, Quickley, once again, absolutely unconscious, gets out into the third quarter. He's now 6 of 6 from 3-point range. And let's go over his numbers here real quick. He played 34 minutes in this game. 40 points, 11 of 13 from the field, 7 of 8 from 3-point range, 11 of 11 from the free throw line. But not only that, gives you 2 rebounds, gives you 10 assists. 10 assists and 2 steals in this game. Damn it, we're going to drop one here for Immanuel Quickley, because this is one of those games where you're hoping, well, kind of carries over, right? Because at some point, I know we all expected Immanuel Quickley to break out and kind of, go crazy with a scoring night, which did happen to be tonight. But I'm hoping it gives him some confidence, right? And one thing that we saw is that he played alongside Jamal Shed. And Jamal Shed can be that primary ball handler. And now Quickley is now off the ball, where he's looking to create for himself instead of for others, right? Not saying that he still can't create for others at the 2 spot, but now you got Jamal Shed kind of doing that for you a little bit more. And now it eases you to just be in a position to look to get buckets. And when you don't have a Barrett, you don't have a Pirtle, and some of these guys, CMB, are out of your lineup, and these guys provide offense for you, you need big moments from Immanuel Quickley to pick up that scoring. We know he's capable. That's the thing. We know he's capable. It's just, what are you going to do when certain people are in and out of the lineup? Your play has to adjust. And so for tonight, like I mentioned, you're not going to see Immanuel Quickley obviously always go off of 40. But when he takes good shots and he makes the good shots, it makes a very big difference. His shot selection matters. His shot selection matters. And when he takes good shots and makes them, it's a very big deal. And what have we talked about in the past before as well? Attacking the paint. Attacking the paint. Gets to the free throw line 11 times, sinks all 11 free throws. 11 for 11 from the free throw line. That matters. It matters, ladies and gentlemen. Now, continuing on in this third quarter. And I got something to say here as well because I'm genuinely confused. I haven't really seen a ton of games from the Golden State Warriors, but if there are any Golden State Warriors fans or people who follow the team who are watching this podcast or happen to come across it, can you please explain to me why Jonathan Kuminga does not play more? Because I know there's been tension between him and Steve Kerr, but when you watch what this guy can do when he's on the floor and just how good he actually is when he's out there. And I know he can be, not the greatest on the defensive end at times, but he played 21 minutes in this game coming off the bench with 20 points, 7 of 10 from the field, 5 of 8 from the free throw line, 1 of 3 from three-point range, gave you 5 rebounds as well, 2 assists and a steal. Could somebody explain to me from Golden State, if you're watching this, why he doesn't play more? Is this an ego thing from Steve Kerr? Is he really that bad at defense? I haven't seen a large enough sample size, but please somebody make this make sense. Back to the Raptors. Golden State now goes on a 7-0 run. But Jamal Shed once again takes an offensive foul from an elbow that I believe came from Gary Trent. From his name is slipping my mind, but I'll tell you in a second. Gary Payton II. So takes an offensive foul, I believe it was from Gary Payton, which then leads to an Ingram 3 in transition. Quickly then knocks down a mid-range jumper. He had 13 points in the quarter with 7:25 remaining with 31 points. But Golden State does end up going on a run and cuts the lead from 30. The Raptors had a 30-point lead. They had a 30-point lead, and now they cut it to 14. But, it was one of those things where, yes, they did cut the lead to 14, but it really wasn't one of those games where you felt like the Raptors were going to lose. It didn't have that type of feeling. They had too many guys doing good things on the offensive end for you to really feel like this game was in jeopardy at any time, right? So sloppy defense at the end of the quarter and midway throughout the third quarter for the Raptors, just not communicating once again, guys being left open from three-point range, and you're seeing guys looking at each other. And from three-point range in this game, 16 of 43 for the Golden State Warriors, just 37% in this game. And Steph Curry in this game, 25 minutes, a mere 16 points, 6 of 16 from the field, just 2 of 7 from three-point range, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. He had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal and a turnover. So not a strong game from one Steph Curry. Give credit to the Raptors defense in that regard. But going into the fourth quarter, the Raptors had a 108-94 lead. They had a 14-point lead going into that fourth quarter. And now there are some things that we got to talk about here in this fourth quarter. Okay, so the Raptors start the quarter on an 11-4 run. They had a 21-point lead. Subsequently, Golden State goes on a 7-0 run and cuts the lead back to 14 because of guys like Buddy Hield, who had a pretty good game off the bench. Okay, 19 minutes. Buddy Hield had 25 points. He was 7 of 8 from the field, 6 of 6 from three-point range, 5 of 5 from the free throw line with 1 rebound, 2 assists in this game. And there were some communication issues and guys not switching on the screen and Buddy Hield's being left from wide open from 3-point range. You see, the Raptors, you can only do these kind of things when you're not playing against very good teams. And tonight, Golden State was not a great team, especially coming out that they don't have Jimmy Butler in this game. But if they aren't struggling in this game and they're looking like the Golden State Warriors with Jimmy Butler, you can't make those type of mistakes, because that is the type of situation from a defensive standpoint. Those breakdowns defensively, just from poor communication, that will come back and kick your ass in. You can't have those kind of mistakes, especially down the stretch, with a guy who's been carving you up from 3-point range all night long. All night long. You gotta dot your I's and cross your T's when it comes to defensive communication and switching and having Buddy Hield coming off those curls and all that kind of stuff, catching from 3-point range. You got to make sure that you iron that stuff out. You really do. And the Raptors down the stretch, just careless passes. Careless passes. The Raptors in this game in regards to turnovers, let me find that number for you, because some of these are just turnovers that are not even forced. They're just bad errors in judgment. 17 turnovers for the Toronto Raptors, and luckily Golden State had 18. But a lot of these are unforced turnovers, bad cross-court passes, and and a lot of the turnovers that we see happen to be bad passing from the Raptors. Bad passing. Ill-advised passes, floating up passes, cross-court passes, just weird. And they're live ball turnovers. And so a lot of the time they get the turnover, the opposition, and they're back flying down in transition. Live ball turnovers are the worst because nothing stops. It doesn't give you a chance to get back and set up your half-court defense. Everything is back the other way in transition, and then they're either getting an easy 2 or you're probably giving them a transition 3 or sending them to the free throw line. So it's that kind of stuff that you got to watch for. And Scottie Barnes, here's what was kind of ticking me off about Scottie Barnes at some point. You see him getting the ball in the low post or in the high post. And he's getting the ball, and before he even looks to attack, he's there ready to pass the ball again. And he's passing the ball to guys like Grady and Agbaji. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Attack the damn paint. You are Scottie Barnes, sir. You are Scottie Barnes. You're athletic, big, strong. You get to the free throw line. Pull up jumper. Right there from mid-range. You can do these things. I don't like to see him that passive all the time when he's that close to the basket. You have to attack the paint. Attack the damn paint. That is what I want to see from one Scottie Barnes. In my notes here, I already talked about Buddy Hield carving us up from 3, so I won't talk about that. But Ingram and Mamu, let's talk about those two guys for just a second. Brandon Ingram, where are you, Ingram? 36 minutes in this game, 22 points, 8 of 17 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3-point range, 2 of 2 from the free throw line with 5 rebounds, 5 assists, only 1 turnover, but gave you a steal and a block. So you know what we got to do? And like I mentioned, just 8 of 17 from the field, but 4 of 6 from 3-point range. And boy, did he hit a couple big ones down the stretch. And Mamu Kelishvili, Sandro, 26 minutes in this game, 14 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 4 of 4 from 3-point range. He had a double-double, gave you 12 rebounds and 4 assists, a steal, and a block as well. So we're going to drop one for him. And boy, did him and Ingram knock down some really big threes down the stretch in that fourth quarter. And down the stretch when, as well, the Golden State Warriors were making a little bit of a run. Mamu pulled down a huge offensive rebound. He had 2 offensive rebounds on the night, but a huge offensive rebound that ended up leading to a 5-0 run for the Raptors, and it was 140-122 with 158 remaining in that fourth quarter, and that is all the fat lady saying.
Bleep, 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 bleep. What are you laughing at, pig boy? You find a piece of candy in your pocket?
The Raptors, 145, Golden State, 127. Very good win for the Toronto Raptors in this one. Did you hear some of them for the post game? This was some of the Toronto Raptors, just one specifically. This is Immanuel Quickley in the post game. If you haven't already heard it.
I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want.
Immanuel Quickley, 40 points in this game. Once again, 11 of 13 from the field and 7 of 8 from 3-point range. So you know that we got to drop one for one Immanuel Quickley. A good win for the Raptors. They are back in action tomorrow night again. So another late podcast coming. Wow. Good win for the Raptors in this one. Got some good episodes for you coming up as well. Besides just some post games, you will see that very, very shortly. At Mike Roach 7 on IG, at Mike Roach 23 on X. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, and share the show. Ladies and gentlemen, it is late, 1 a.m. here in Toronto on the East Coast. This is the Mike Roach Show. I will be back again soon, and I'm out.